What is up, everybody? JDS here. It is officially International Fight Week. I wish I was in Vegas. I always miss it, but I'm not. But I'm not going to miss this fight. UFC 239 happening on Saturday. It is from Las Vegas. Extremely stacked card, as it usually is on International Fight Week from the prelims on up. So please be looking for me to do additional predictions and corrections and things of that nature on my social media sites after I do this video. Again, you got to follow me everywhere. Now, let's get into this. I'm just going to do the main card for now. First up, I'm going to pick Michael Chiesa to beat Diego Sanchez, and wow, this is an amazing way to start this fight. There will be fireworks. There most likely will be blood. Don't blink. Diego Sanchez, to me, I'm not even sure if he's actually fighting for a title shot anymore or trying to get there, because the man just loves to fight. He's got like 40-something on fights. He's like 50 in fight years. He has such a fan base that love him regardless, and he makes actually pretty decent money. So I have no idea if he's actually trying to get a title shot. For me, Chiesa's the one who might still have that shot left, and if he loses this fight, though, I don't know. So that's part of the reason why I'm picking Chiesa. I think he has a little bit more tools. I think he's going to be a bit taller for those reasons. But again, oh no. Next up, I'm choosing Luke Rockhold to win his debut in the light heavyweight division against Jan Blachowicz. This is actually kind of a tall test. They are definitely throwing him into the fire here, the top 10 opponent. The division, light heavyweight division, does need some talent. He is a highly talented person who's big for his division, so we kind of knew he would eventually move up, but he hasn't fought in a while. In his last few fights, the California boy relaxed, too relaxed. So we'll see what you got here. You're going again against In the Fire. Let's see what you got, Luke Rockhold. Be looking out for me to renege on that pick. All right, now, believe it or not, I am actually choosing Ben Askren to beat Jorge Masvidal. Be looking for me to renege on this pick too. Okay. He is a wrestler extraordinaire. We haven't really seen the rest of his tools, because the first fight, unless you followed him, but this first fight against Robbie Lawler, we know Robbie Lawler almost beat him before he got the submission victory. Now, I think that's the reason why people are saying that, oh, Jorge's going to win. I think you might be overconfident. You do not hit as hard as Robbie Lawler. You're not as aggressive or ferocious. You also don't start as quickly as Robbie Lawler. He is a little bit slower to get going. He does have more tools standing, but I don't think he has more tools on the feet or on the ground. Also, Jorge has been known to sometimes accept bad positioning because he knows he can get out of it. If you accept a bad position against Ben Askren, I don't think you're going to get out of it. So he could win this fight. Again, he has more tools on the feet. The longer it stays on the feet, the more in favor of Jorge. However, for right now, because I might renege, I am choosing Ben Askren. And now, co-main event, and this is for we are seeing the UFC Women's Bantamweight Champion, double champ, also the Women's Featherweight Champion, Miss the Lioness, Amanda Nunes. And she is taking on someone who else I also like, the preacher's daughter, Miss Holm, who has too many titles to actually rattle off. She's former bantamweight champion as well, but she's got multiple boxing titles, multiple kickboxing titles, too many titles to count, multiple weight classes, the whole nine. I understand why they're giving her this fight. The bantamweight division is kind of in flux a little bit. I think some fights need to happen to filter up an actual champion or a challenger, so I'm cool with this. Who's going to win this fight? Let's start with the challenger. You have Holm, of course, the kickboxer extraordinaire. She's going to need to use all of that. As far as the measurements, they are actually the same height, same length with the feet, and Amanda has like a 2-inch reach advantage as far as the hands, and she does fight long. So as far as Holly being bigger than Amanda, I don't think we're going to see that here. As far as her being physically stronger than Amanda Nunes, I also don't think we're going to see that here. Now, technical, and her being technical in space is where I think she actually has the upper hand against Amanda Nunes with them kicks. She gonna need to use them kicks, wear her down. I think Amanda could get her to be over aggressive, get her to chase you, get her to follow you, bait her into bad movements, and probably try to land one of those, that question mark kick that almost took out Cyborg later in the rounds, but I think hers is later on the rounds. Get Amanda to follow you. Get her to chase you. Try to wear her out a bit. You are physically strong. Maybe get her in the dirty boxing situation up against the cage. If you can get her to wear your weight a bit, try to work that. But if not, honestly, again, I think you're better than her in space. I think that's where you win and point yourself to a victory, possibly open her up for something in the later rounds. But I think that's her thing there. As far as who's going to be faster with the kicks, Holly's faster. With the hands, Amanda's faster. Amanda is a better boxer. She's the best boxer in that division. It's true when we're talking about strictly hands, with her feints, her jabs, her combinations, her angles, her defensive angles, her movement, her body movement, the entire thing, the way her footwork. She glides. She doesn't bounce. She glides. She's faster than you realize. She used to have a problem with cardio. Seems like she's fixed that. She's not getting gassed anymore, unless you, again, bait her into chasing you, bait her into bad movement, get her frustrated, those things. But for Amanda Nunes, keep her cool. Don't chase. Don't run. Stick to your game plan. The measurements are roughly the same and you have some kicks. Fight your way inside of Holly Holm's kicking range. Fight your way inside. Keep your hands up. You have black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and we've seen your submissions. You get close to her, make her hold your body weight. I think she might even be a bit physically stronger because Amanda Nunes is so strong. She can also generate small, huge amounts of power in small sections, in small spaces. So get inside that range, stay inside that range, and fight in the pocket. Fight in those close quarters. Do your thing. I am going to pick Amanda Nunes. I think she will be able to keep a cool head and get inside of that kicking range, but this is going to be a great fight. If Holly can keep it on the outside, that's the best chance for her. The longer it goes, the best chance for her. But I am sticking with the champ, the lioness, double champ, especially because I wanted to defend this, and then I wanted to defend the featherweight belt again. That way it will be a woman to not only be simultaneously two champions in two weight classes, but to actually defend both belts. I want her to get that. Now, main event, and we're seeing the UFC light heavyweight champion, Mr. Jon Bones Jones, taking on Thiago Santos, who I believe is on a 5-fight winning streak, 3 in the light heavyweight division. Again, we need that talent in the light heavyweight division. I'm all for this. Now, who's going to win? They keep saying that Jon does worse against bigger people. So I looked at it, and from everything I could see, Thiago is just simply, he is thicker. He's thicker. He's going to have bigger thighs, bigger arms, thicker waist, all of that. He is bigger. He's bulkier. But Jon is taller by about 2 to 3 inches, because different sites say different things, 2 to 3 inches. He also has roughly a 7-inch reach advantage with the hands. 7 to 8, depending on where you look. We've seen what Jon does with 2, like he had against Gustafsson. 7 to 8, and he uses every bit of that range. Come on now. With the legs, he's got a 2-inch reach advantage. So Thiago isn't bigger than him. He's thicker, but he's not bigger. He is more powerful with those hands and with his feet. He just kind of has this ferocity, this power in each shot. But that doesn't matter if you can't hit your opponent. If you can't get inside that range to get your hands on him, he's going to have to take some to get a little. You're going to have to take a lot to get a little. You're going to have to take risks, and why not? This is Jon Jones. Why not? This is the light heavyweight division. You just win a couple more times, and you'll be back there. Why not? Throw the book at him. Be unpredictable. Start first. Start early. The longer this fight goes on, the more it's in Jon's hands. Thiago does have an issue with cardio, and I do believe he'll gas in a 5-round fight if he is constantly trying to figure out how to hit Jon. Like Anthony Smith said, Jon didn't hurt me. I just couldn't do anything. It was like he knew what I was going to do before I did it. And that's what Jon does. He stifles your offense. So be quick, be early, be aggressive, try hard. And if you get knocked out and submitted in the first 2 rounds, oh well. This is the no-lose situation for you, Thiago. No lose. Jon, use every bit of that reach advantage, as you always do. Use every bit of that reach advantage, and if he does get inside that advantage, you hit him with your other set of arms, which is your elbows, with your other set of legs, which is your knees. He's got 8 arms, or 4 arms, and 4 legs. So when he gets inside, do what you do, which is work the entire body, holds the breathing, wrenches the shoulder, stomps the foot. He does things other people don't think about. So if he does get inside, you make him pay for it. And then the longer the fight goes, I think he'll find a victory, whether it be with the hands, with the feet, or submission on the ground. So, or he could point his way to a victory, but I actually see a finish here for Jon. I see a finish the longer it goes. But of course, Thiago has that puncher's chance. He could win, but I am sticking with the champ here with Jon Jones. And just real quick, in case you didn't see my Instagram and all of that, you know that I went 2 for 2 in last week's event in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I chose Joseph Benavidez to beat Jussier Formiga, and he did in the second round. He outpointed him in both rounds. Jussier did get he cut him open in the first. He did get a takedown. He did go for a submission attempt, but this was all Benavidez. He outpointed him. His offense, he was quicker. He was first. And in the second round, he landed a kick to the face that started it all. wobbled him, then he came in with the hands, and almost every shot was hitting through the guard, over the guard, through the guard, over the guard. He literally beat Jussier down to the ground, and the ref stopped the fight. Great stoppage, great win for Joseph Benavidez, who deserves the next title shot against Henry Cejudo. He actually loves and breathes that division. Deserves that shot, and he has a win over Henry Cejudo. Also, in the main event, I chose Francis Ngannou to beat JDS Junior dos Santos, and boy, did he. I thought this would actually last a little bit longer, but it ended in about 71 seconds, I think is what they said it was. So they came in, and it was actually Francis who threw a couple of kicks first, and I was like, oh snap, he's added to his stand-up repertoire. Oh, here we go. Then it was JDS who landed a kick that actually whipped the leg right off from underneath Francis Ngannou. And I was like, oh snap. Oh snap. So now they're going back and forth. No filling out period. JDS actually, I think once he felt that power, he was like, I gotta get this over with. He overcommitted on an overhand right, completely missed, and turned his body around to where his back was towards Francis. Francis came around his back with a right hand that hit all chin hard. Wow. Dropped him, got on top. JDS is like this, and he is just uppercutting him through the guard, over the guard, through the guard, over the guard. Ref stopped the fight. Great stoppage for Francis Ngannou, who's calling for a title shot, and I don't blame him. So let me know how you did on that event that just passed. It was a great event, lots of finishes in the early fights as well. Great event. So let me know how you did on your picks and injury updates with that, and of course with this coming event on Saturday. Let me know your picks, any injury updates, any added commentary at all. Be watching out for my other social media sites. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, and all of that, because I do additional picks and renegs and things, changes of that nature. And yeah, subscribe, like, talk to me, take care, and goodbye.